Welcome to Grafton. This is day 3 of Tour of America's Dairylands. Pretty cool course. We start out here on the straight. Nice little sweeping right-hander, pretty fast. Another right-hander up a hill, and then a right-left. A few more right-handers. L-shaped course. Pretty cool course. Last turn is super tight, as you'll see. I was still in the top 10 here, so got the front-ish row call-up, which was sweet. Our plan for this race was more of a sit-and-wait kind of thing. It is a pretty fast course. Something late we felt could roll, but we were planning on not spending too much energy early on, Clayton and I, too much energy early on to, just save it for the end. We have been up there at the end most of the time, and it seems like earlier in Toad, the past times I've done it, it's hard for breakaways to get away early on. People are very hesitant to miss it, hesitant to let things go, not quite tired, so have all the strength to bring stuff back in these earlier days. Here on the right, you can see Scott McGill and possibly Cesar Marte. No, Cesar Marte's teammate. Taking the inside on that corner. Ooh, those sock covers are dope. That inside of the last corner there is pretty crucial place to make up some spots. You can take it pretty fast, but there's for sure a speed limit on that last corner, and that is a lap. Long finish straight after that tight right-hander, and yeah, rainstorm point sprints. I think work hard, be humble. God, Caleb Langrebe is taking that pretty handily. So a little bit farther into the race here, about 56 minutes to go, and things are starting to string out. I'm gonna try and work my way back up to the front, where I feel it's best at saving energy. Chopping the inside of this last corner here was one of the better spots to move up. Just jump into the rainstorm train a little bit. They were pretty well collected for most of the race. Seemed like if they needed to, they could communicate, like bring stuff back if necessary. You can see on the right there, up in the distance, McGill sending a pretty good move, moving up, trying to follow stuff. Volair, Factory Racing, hitting stuff hard too. McGill on the right there just got pulled back, and we're going over the top after a little momentum lull. You see Luke Fetzer up there, and I am on the wheel of the Hydro. Goodness. Okay, next race I'm going to know his name. He's super fast guy who almost won Clarendon, and we took the momentum and then attacked right around that, which was cool. Thought opportunistically, just take what we can. Next we had, it looks like one of the Work Hard, Be Humble guys, Luca Haynes from Team California, all making an attack very soon after that. They kind of sat up. It was hard to maintain speed. Scott McGill thinks that's pretty threatening, so he is going to send it across to that, followed by Langrebe and Fergus Arthur, who was in the leader's jersey for Grafton here. So those guys are pretty big weapons. That effectively is just going to shut down that breakaway. They're all super marked, so that is over, and it's just going to be strung out until everybody realizes that it's back together here. A little later on, like less than a lap later here, and I feel like everybody's pretty tired from making those little moves. I've been in the wheels the whole time, come around this little lull, so I take a little opportunistic attack and rolled solo for 3/4, half a lap, into the start-finish straight here, which, you'll see I got caught by this Trek rider and I think Tim from Rainstorm Racing, and we rolled for a little bit. I think this was one of the longer rolling breaks in the middle of the race. We made it a few laps before realizing we were going to get pulled back in. Eventually, we got pulled back in by a little bit of Project Echelon with Zach Gregg, made sense, and then here on the left, one of the California guys who I was clear to voice my opinion on like why would they pull things back. I didn't think they had a sprinter. It turns out, spoiler alert, they do have a guy who can sprint well, but you'll see that in the later videos. Speaking of which, on Luca's wheel here, making up spaces once it got bunched up, and yeah, into these switchbacks, people were taking a lot of creative lines, just kind of finding spots, trying to not lose momentum. It wasn't too bunchy, which was nice, as far as like accordion effect through corners, so you could maintain momentum pretty well. The outside here was a gamble. You'd lose space on the outside into 2 corners to go, so that was something we were concerned about. Into that. Ooh, Luca and Nolan from Miller School there had a little loss of space and a little bump. Luca unclipped, but everybody ended up all right. And now with 24 minutes to go, up here, I think Ryan Gorman and possibly a work hard, be humble guy, or maybe a 5411 dude, sent a little move, followed by a foundation guy. Foundation guy came back, and I think the work hard, be humble, or 5411 German team guy also came back within a few laps, but that's with 25 minutes to go, and I believe Ryan Gorman stayed out for that long. I can't really see it from the video, and I wasn't paying that much attention to it during the race, just because I was back in the bunch a lot like this here. And yeah, I think Ryan Gorman was just out there for the last 25 minutes, rolling pretty smooth. We were checking each other in the pack, so there was a lot of lulls in the pace, like this right here, going kind of slow up this hill. Rainstorm tried to get their train together and pull back as much time as possible, but ended up, yeah, Scott McGill fighting for the Rainstorm train, staying out of the wash machine there. And yeah, it ended up, they had, I think Ryan had like 10-15 seconds for quite a while. That's Ryan's teammate from Volair Factory Racing. So Rainstorm's trying to pull this little breakaway back, and I think some guys would start coming back. But eventually, 13 minutes to go, yeah, stuff's getting kind of contentious into that last corner there. McGill with the outside line. Just made it, though. A little bit of room, and it's going pretty fast. The Hydra guys, Clever Martinez and his teammates on the front, going to try and pull some stuff back. Going for preems up there, too, which is keeping the pace high. And eventually, one of the automatic dudes would send an attack, late race attack. They've been doing that often. Here, Scott McGill, who you can see I'm right behind, he is going to bridge across to that. Thinks it's a pretty good time, and there was a nice little lull. Fergus kind of moved his way up there, but wouldn't bridge across, and this lulled for a while. So we caught them with maybe 6 minutes to go. This Hydra guy, I've got to find his name. He's a dog. We eventually caught them, like 3 to 5 laps to go, I believe. Some attacks here from Empire, and Ryan Gorman was still out there, just like hanging around out there. Solo, we were getting real close to him, like within 5 seconds. We could see him on the straight. I honestly kind of forgot he was out there. Finally, with about a lap to go on Arango here, he was on the front for probably 3 laps to go, just pulling real hard. He's got Cesar Marte back there, awesome sprinter. He kept checking back to see if Cesar was actually there, and indeed he was, like 3 or 4 wheels back, so it was a good move. Here with the lap to go, I'm second wheel. I'm pretty happy with this, and just gonna like roll in the best I can, hoping Juan Arango takes it as far as he can. You can see Ryan up there still with 5 to 10 second gap on the last lap, which is quite a big gap. We're pulling it back, though. I'm sprinting pretty hard, and Juan Arango moves a little bit farther back, like loses a little speed there, and I actually kissed his rear wheel with my front wheel, which was fascinating. He dropped me off here into 2 straights to go, and I'm pushing maybe like 400 to 500 watts here, not like full effort. I should have done a full effort into this final corner here. But on the inside, Clever Martinez, he takes it pretty good, and then farther inside me, there Lucas and Caesar take that inside line too wide. So that pushes me wide. I hit Scott McGill on the outside. I had like Cesar Marte's bars pretty much on my shoulder, and had to check up, lose a little momentum, and then just started the sprint from a very low momentum spot. Come across the finish like 18th or something like that. It's kind of a bummer, but especially coming into that last corner, first wheel essentially. Ryan Gorman in third, Cesar Marte with the win, and I believe Clever probably podiumed as well. Yeah. Oh, Lucas Burgoyne might have podiumed. Anyway, Grafton done. Thanks for watching. See ya.